I had a firecracker in my mouth. I lit it and tossed it straight onto the lawn. The guard at the door rushed off to check. That's how I slipped into the art gallery without a sound, but I wasn't there to steal anything. I took off my jacket and walked into the restoration room. The restorer looked at me like I was the plague, but he couldn't resist my pressure. His heart was pounding out of control. He showed me his masterpiece, a replica of a famous painting. It looked exactly like the real one. The only difference was the paint was still wet. With both paintings in hand, I rehearsed in the air. The deal was set at 800 grand, but I raised the price. When the buyer refused, I put the painting back in the case, kept him hungry, then flipped the case and pulled out the fake. That's when the real one got switched. The plan was flawless. On the day of the deal, the appraiser couldn't stop praising it, said it was perfect. The buyer didn't waste a word, brought 800 grand in cash and was ready to close.
We agreed 9.
We said 8.
We said 9.
8.
9.
8. All right, 9.
This guy wasn't playing by the rules. Forget it. I just packed the painting away and asked for $1 million instead.
1 million.
The buyer lost his temper. His men pulled guns on me, but the plan kept rolling. I flipped the case and handed over the fake. The buyer kept his word, dropped 900,000 pounds. The deal was done. I floored the gas and sped off. He was still caught up in the thrill, bragging his nose could sniff out a fake, but that wet paint stuck right on his nose.
You've got a...
Huh?
On your...
That's when they realized they'd been played. To recover the loss,
It's a fake!
he hired a top-class hitman, a man who never blinked doing dirty work, clean, precise, leaving no one breathing. Meanwhile, I had already returned the painting, closed my deal with the restorer. The moment I stepped out, he tailed me, waiting for the right moment to strike. I hit the crowded street, lifted a scarf without a sound, wrapped it neatly around my neck, snatched a bag on the way, didn't even spare the flowers on the corner. His eyes never left me. Finally, in a fitting room, he saw his chance. He pulled the trigger without hesitation. Someone inside dropped dead. But when he stepped out, I was standing there. Whoever was in the booth wasn't me. He had no choice but to trail me down the street till dusk fell. He finally had a clear shot, but a passerby cut him off at the last second. He followed me to the hotel and overheard my room number at the door. He ran straight to higher ground. I walked into the room right then. I took off my shirt. He had me locked in his scope, but just then another man showed up.
No.
He had to put the gun away. He set up a bug, listened to sounds he shouldn't, wiped down his rifle, played chess with himself. That's what being a pro looks like. When he woke up, the sun was already up. I had just gotten out of bed. The chance was perfect. He raised his rifle again, but I picked up someone else's juice, took a sip, and set it on another table. He thought I was amusing, and for the first time, the hitman lowered his weapon.